There are basically two types of audit. There are the internal audits that are done by the participant as part of their compliance, and then there are the external audits, which are compliance audits, which are done by the local regulators. The internal audits are done by the participant, and the aim of the internal audit is to prove that they are compliant. It's part of self-verification, which is part of the scheme. They will look at the information that's required for compliance. One of the things that we suggest is that they can potentially use the checklist from the evidence pack as part of the structure for that. There is a mandatory requirement that they are signed off by a management person, and that could be the senior officer. They are also therefore part of the evidence pack and may be called upon as part of evidence for further audit. Compliance audits will start once annual reporting has been completed. The annual reports are completed in July, therefore the compliance auditing will start in August 2011. It'll be an annual cycle of audits running for approximately 12 months, ensuring that throughout a phase all of the participants are audited. There will also be a random element to audit, as well as a selection based on risk. The selection on risk is aimed at making sure that all of the participants where we think there's greatest risk of non-compliance are in fact audited as a priority. The audits themselves will have two parts. The first part would be a desktop audit. If that does not uncover any issues that can't be answered in discussion with the auditee, then we can close the audit there. However, if there are unresolved issues, then what we need to do is escalate that to a full or site-based audit, which would be 2 days. For an audit, you need to have the evidence to prove that you meet compliance requirements and that you meet the wider requirements of the scheme. For that, you obviously need your footprint report as key to each phase, your annual report, and the supporting evidence for that, which underpins the things that you've reported to us as part of your reporting process through the registry. That could also include a source list as part of your emissions data, as part of the evidence pack. In terms of the outcomes, when an audit is done, it will either be a pass, which could be at desktop or at a full site audit, or it could be a pass with improvement actions where we've identified weaknesses and risks that need to be acted upon by the auditee. They're agreed with the auditee, there's a timescale to them, and they get closed out, but they're not compulsory. And lastly, there are instances where the audit may be failed due to a non-compliance, where we judge that the scheme's requirements have not been met. In that instance, we would provide a report and detail the non-compliance, which would then go away and be assessed.